pugilist here, or the rogue, I mean. We finished the pugilist, so we're going to finish the rogue, getting the rogue to 20, and then we will be done. Shouldn't take too long. We are level, oh, we're 13, but we're almost 14. We should get 14 by the time we finish our hunting log near Skull Valley. And then we'll go to Upper Lanosica. That should get us to 15. And then we'll just do some instance runs back to back to finish. Now, I died off camera when I went AFK. I forgot to teleport out, so I died. I was dead when I came back, so what I did off screen is I ran back to Lanosica. I fixed up all of my stuff, or Limpsa Lominsa, I mean, and I fixed up all of my things. And then I went back to Aleport, I think I'm at, so that we can just continue. I needed to repair my gear, because some of it was a bit broken. There we go. Yeah, we're at Aleport, which is good, because the Skull Valley that we need for a few of the creatures are just around the corner. We need the puck hatchlings and the... There's the hatchlings. And we also need those mantises. So let's beat up on some of these things and try not to die. There we go. That's one dead. We need 3 of them. At least we're lucky we've got plenty. And it doesn't look like they attack us, so that makes it even better. I need another attack at least. It's kind of crazy that the rogue doesn't get more attacks by now. Figured I would have at least one more attack in my rotation. But I guess I don't. That's okay. It's just a surprise, that's all. Okay, that's dead. That's all we needed. Now we go for the mantises again, which were down this way. Bet you anything it was one of those things that killed me when I went AFK a little earlier. Yeah, it would definitely have been one of the mantises. That's okay, it reminds me of my days playing Ark. Hey, Angara. Glad to see you again. I'm just doing some finishing up work for today. We want to get our rogue here to 20. So we're going to be doing a couple instance runs today. We've already done a few on the Thaumaturge and on the Pugilist to get them to 20. We've also finished all of their job quests, so I think we did quite well. But my goal is to get this guy to 20 as well, so that's what we're going to do. Well, shoot, just 1 second. Gotta answer that text. Well, it's understandable. You're still recovering, so you shouldn't feel too bad about that. So sleeping is fine. If you're sleeping a lot, it usually means your body needs it. Oh, I finished my mantises. That's right, I don't need them. Now I gotta go back up to Upper Lanausica and kill some things. And then tomorrow I'm gonna have to figure out a few things with my stream. Maybe later tonight I'll figure it out. I'm going way the wrong way. I know there's a way to set up a follower and alerts and that on OBS. I thought I had it done right. I watched a video on it and I even tried a test, but apparently it's not working, so that kind of sucks. I'll have to figure that out and get it working. Maybe it's the different software, because I'm using OBS. Maybe I actually have to use Streamlabs OBS. I don't know. I'll get it working, though. That could be too. My brother is watching the stream too, and he said that it might not work because I asked him to do it, but he's already a follower, and he unfollowed and then followed again. So he said maybe the problem is that he's not a new follower. That could be. Maybe tomorrow I'll ask him to do a few tests with me. I'll see with Streamlabs if it makes any difference. Oh wow, these things hit hard. They're level 20, that's why. I'm level 14. Didn't think that went through very well, but that's okay. We're still winning. But at least both the things we need are like right here, so we'll just let us gain some hit points, and then we'll just keep going. I'll use my shadow ability. We got this. We got this right up until we don't have it. Should have expected that I would miss as often as I am. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna... Oh, I just might win. I might win. I did. I won. Ha ha ha. That was a little close. That was way too close. Like I said, this is probably a bad idea, but eh. Almost got my main heal up. Oh, I also have another heal I can use that I should be using. So we got this. Spinning Edge doesn't heal for me. My abilities don't heal for much when I have that blood ability up, but maybe it's enough. Apparently it is. That's good. Okay, that's those 3. Now I need to get rid of some wolves. Wish I had a way to pull them. Are they going to attack me? No? Okay, so I'll start. Oh good, these guys actually have abilities they want to use. That'll probably end up giving me a couple extra seconds each time. Yeah, the wolves are actually easier because they have an ability that they want to use. That's good. We got this then, totally. Would have preferred to have fought that thing at full health, but we can't always get what we want. Okay, let's go. Actually, I'm going to run from this one. Probably shouldn't have engaged that thing until I was at full hit points. I mean, maybe I had that fight, but I wanted to always try to make sure I guaranteed have that fight. Now I guarantee have it, because Shroud will keep me alive. Shade Shift, I mean. That shield is actually pretty strong for a DPS character. It puts a shield on you that's equal to 20% of your hit points, so that's pretty nuts. It does have a 90-second cooldown, though, which is just as crazy. Okay. Oh, move! There we go. Let's just finish this. Use this just for the safety. And done. Oh, the Black Mage gets a shield as well? That's pretty cool. I can tell you right now that I definitely don't have it yet, but... that's exciting to hear. Because I got the Black Mage to 22 today, I think it was. And I got the Pugilist to 20. So that makes the Pugilist, the Gladiator, and the Thaumaturge are all leveled at least 20. And this critter's the only one that isn't high yet. But that's okay. We're going to do a Fate right around the corner here. That'll be fun. Right up here. There we go. Fate joined. Oh, there's nobody else here doing it, so... actually, I don't want to do level 15, or level 18 Fate yet. Seems a little hairy, a little risky. I think it would actually be better for me to go back to, oh, what's that place called? Swift Perch. And do some leave quests from there until I hit 14. Or 15, I mean. I'm so close at the moment, it's not going to take much. And then we're just going to do instance runs. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll find out that black mages are a lot more powerful than I ever thought, because I only got to about 17 or so last time, and that I tried playing the mage, and I don't know what it was. I just was like, no, this isn't for me. But this time, when I do the proper switching of ice and fire and that, it seems like a pretty fun class. Black Mage is crazy strong. Well, so basically I just gotta get better at doing the rotation thingies. Like switching between fire and ice and using my abilities a little better. I already made a few mistakes today where I was trying to throw another fireball or fire attack and realized, well, I have no mana, so that's not happening. Because even though when you switch to ice you regenerate some mana, it still takes a second or two for it to start ticking. And if you get so low that you have no mana at all, that really sucks, because even when you switch, you're still, like, useless for a second or two. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where I just need to get some practice in and really work at it. There we go. Level 15. Awesome. I'm not even going to finish this. I'm just going to leave. Because I want to start doing these quests. No, not guild heists. There we go. Satasha, join. Oh, well, actually, there is a bit of a wait in between, so I might as well do these. Come to think of it. If it pops while I'm doing a fate, whatever, it pops while I'm doing a fate. I think we have to get rid of the nests and not the dodos. Because I see people killing a lot of dodos and it's not doing anything. So I'm going to try and get rid of the nests. Yeah, it's the nests that we have to attack. There's a nest. I can also start heading back to do my level 15 class job. Or job quest, I mean. Class job. My job quest for my road for the level 15, which would get me a new weapon too, which will be fun. We don't have much time left, so let's see if we can actually do it in time. And if we fail, well, we failed doing our best. That is a lot of dodos, though. Okay, we need at least another nest, maybe two. Oh, I hit that stupid button again. Where's the nest? Where's the nest? We're running out of time. Dang it, I'm not seeing any dodo. Oh, there's a nest. Maybe the last nest. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Only a few seconds. Can we do it? We did it. We got that nest in the last 5 seconds. That's pretty cool. Alright, now we'll start heading back to... Well, actually, we can just return. Don't need to take forever to get there. We can just port there. Oh boy. Okay, that was scary. I was like, am I going to be in this black screen and miss the queue if it pops? Possibly. I'm going to turn that sound down a little bit. There we go. That's better. I'm just gonna quick repair some of my gear just to be sure I'm at 100%. We were at like 98%. We didn't really need to repair. Oh well, better be safe than sorry. We're starting to make our money back that we spent with the crafting, so that's good. Eventually we're going to focus more on trying to make money instead of spending it. Let's go to Fisherman's Guild, because that's right where the Rogues Guild is. We'll go in there and get our next quest. Okay, we'll talk to the gatekeeper. You looking to head inside? Yes, sir, I am. Let me in. Yeah, playing markets is always rough in most games. You never know what's going to be good, and sometimes the things just go down. And other times, thing will sell really well, and then everybody will want to sell it, and then it goes down again. Jackie wishes to bring you in on a tricky assignment. Okay, perfect. Ah, Razor, just the cove I was hoping to see. We've some nasty trouble brewing. The client's on his way, so sit tight and pay attention. I'm calling Underfoot and the Stray in on this as well. It'll be a right little rogue family reunion. Alright, that sounds interesting. Jackie, the client's arrived. Our guest here has come from Maelstrom Command, with confidential orders direct from the Admiral herself, so you know this won't be a simple job. I'm afraid your guildmaster speaks truly. 'Twas several days ago when an emancipated man stumbled into one of our camps seeking aid. Upon questioning the poor fellow, we discovered that he had narrowly escaped a life of slavery. He claimed the pirates had raided his village, abducting him and many others to sell on a black market auction block. We dispatched a patrol to confirm the tale, and found the village almost completely destroyed. 'Twas a meager settlement without so much as a guardhouse. Thus did its unkind fate escape our notice until now. You'd think these pirates had never even heard of the code. Pillaging honest culls and dipping their wicks in the slave trade, they're headed the right way for a good stabbing. Aye, though it ain't set down in so many words, the code's notoriously unforgiving against those as raise weapons against the weak. After all, the first pirates in these parts were culls that was fleeing oppression in the northern seas. Ignore your history and you risk becoming what it was ye hated most. So, you've a mark for us, then? That we do. From the descriptions given to us by the escaped villager, we've determined that these lawbreakers are members of the Jolly Merchants, a pirate crew in possession of an official privateering license. 'Twould appear, however, that privateering has been naught but a screen behind which to hide their illicit activities. One can only imagine how many other Lamensin citizens have fallen prey to these wicked slavers. And we've let it happen right under our noses. Naturally, the Admiral desires a swift resolution to this ignominy, but merely tracking down those poor souls who have already been sold is proving heavily taxing to our allocated resources. We could throw more soldiers at the problem, but that runs the risk of drawing a small folk's attention and inciting undue panic. Thus do we come to the Rogues Guild for help. We ask that you eliminate the Jolly Merchants and liberate the villagers presently in their custody, and that you do so with the utmost discretion. Consider it done. When those nasty coves will feel our short blades pricking into their backs, they'll enjoy but a brief moment of regret before the code is rightly enforced. All right, let's get to work. I'll be going after the Jolly Merchants myself. Underfoot, Kebby, you two lend your skills to the Maelstrom's investigation and see what you can whittle about the calls what have already been sold. Razor, you're coming with me. I think you're ready for the next step of your education. Well, that sounds fun. Shall we get after these slaving cutthroats, then? Our client tells me that the Jolly Merchantmen set sail from Aleport a few bells ago. Oh, aye, they might even board an Imperial ship or two, but that's just some mummery they're putting on to amuse the Admiral's swads. I reckon the rest of the crew'd be back on land, looking to snap the shackles on a fresh herd of chattel, And just to prove me theory right, one of them jolly bastards got himself spotted creeping about the Ruffmans in Lower Lenosica. There's a bean cove over at the Morabie dry docks by the name of Swarson what'll likely know the full story. He's more of a shipwright than a rogue these days, but he keeps his glazes keen for the guild. Head over and have yourself a prattle, and I'll join you soon like. Alright? So, we're gonna go speak with the man at the Morbury docks. I am not attuned for there. Oh, fun. I forgot to, go to the docks when I was in that area. That was a brilliant idea. That's alright. We'll just have to do a little bit more running than I was hoping. But apparently I like to run. It's the only reason I can think of that I wouldn't have picked up the Ethernet when I was there. Alright, Limsalum. Oh, that was not the one I wanted to go to. That's alright. Okay, Ethernet. Let's go to Lower Lenosica, that's right. Now it's a straight run south. Okay, we'll go around. Oh, we just have to keep going on straight on through. I'm not going to pick up this side quest quite yet. I'm going to do the side quests in this area on the Arcanist and the Marauder. We can run again, so might as well use our cooldown whenever we can. Well, let's talk to the Chocobo Keeper. Man, this queue has been quite long. I was hoping it would have been a little quicker than that. Alright, we'll turn that in. Now we're going to go talk to our contact to try to find these kidnapped people. First, so I'm not running around in circles all day. Where is that guy? That's who I want. The guy that's there for stifled screams. Okay, let's... This must be the person. There he is. There's our queue, just as I was starting to be like, what's going on? Why is it taking like 6 hours to get in? I was going to say, just watch my luck. What's going to happen is that person isn't going to take the summon, and then we're going to be, like, waiting forever again. Okay, we can skip this. We've seen it already. Probably due to people last minute capping their weekly tomes, so they're only doing level 80 dungeons. Okay. That would make sense. Didn't even think about that. Oh yeah, this would be the last chance because those resets are tomorrow, right? Tuesday? Okay, yeah. Alright, that makes sense then. I'm gonna take a quick look. Nobody ever takes a look here. Oh, it's red again. I've done this run 3 times now, and every time it's been red. I think it can be one of 3 colors. And it should... I think it's supposed to be random as to which one it is, but it's always been red. Or at least today it's been red. Maybe I'm off. Maybe they changed it. Maybe that's why I don't see anybody run. Oh, it is still random. Okay. Yeah, this is much faster experience. Some don't know about that. Oh. I only know about it because I got in trouble the first time I was playing as a DPS and I didn't go there. And when we got there, the tank expected the DPS to know about it, so he got there and he goes, "What color?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he just went ape on me. I was kind of like, well, I wanted to say, well, if there's one other DPS here and a healer, like, why am I the one that's told to do it? And for that matter, why didn't he do it? It's not like there was anything attacking him at the time. He could have just made a quick jump up there and looked and then ran down. But since then, I've just gotten in the habit of every time I go in there, I always check on my own. I don't wait for anyone else. Sounds like someone from Giglamesh. You've had a few bad encounters with Giglameshians? That's now a word, by the way. I'm trademarking it. It's yikes. Oh boy. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. I'll try to play on my best behavior whenever I see that there's someone from Giglamesh in my group, just to make it as painless as possible. I was gonna say, I think this guy thinks he's got a black mage with us, but archers, they get AoE attacks really early on too, don't they? You see, now that would explain things, because my main critter is on Sard. So maybe that's why I had those bad experiences. Because all I can say is from Sargentus, you don't want to play a mage if you don't know the proper rotations right away, because you will get yelled at. Sadly, it's the reason I just dropped mage completely. I was like, this is ridiculous. Every time I step in, instead of telling me what I'm doing wrong and how to fix it, I just get screamed at. So no, this ain't worth it. And then to get revenge, I started playing as a warrior, because as the tank, I was the one person they didn't want to tick off and kick out, because back then, tank was actually a very hard to get person to join you. So once you had a tank, you basically kiss their butts, because if they left, you'd be stuck forever getting a replacement. Okay, well that makes sense then, Angara. See, I told you. I told you I had rough times, and now you can believe me, because now you know why. It's the server I'm on. Somehow I ended up on the server that has the biggest population of douchebags. That's okay. Not all of them are bad. I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of good people too, but it's just the bad ones are just so much more vocal that they stand out more. See, this is what I like about doing instance runs. One, they're really fun, but two, the amount of experience is just absolutely disgusting. Like, by the time I get through this, I'll have gained 2 full levels. Kakatar's full of memers. That's okay, I prefer memers. Some of them can be both hilarious and adorable, so I'm good with that. Memes can be quite funny. I'd rather have that than the angsty grouches. Well, I guess everybody's turning down gear. Works for me, I'm getting a lot of free gear. The 3 runs I've got today, it's like nobody has rolled on any gear in here, so I've been picking up all kinds of gear for all kinds of characters. I'm kind of like, okay, you want to snub your nose at it? You think it's bad gear? Even for an alt? That's fine, give it to me. I shall take all of your gear. I will feel no regrets. Okay, I've decided at the end of this run, this healer is getting the commendation. They've been absolute beast mode for healing. And this tank seems to be on a death wish. I think the myself and Garuda Grim have got to be very careful, because if we pull anything, we're going to die, because that healer has their hands full just keeping this tank alive. Which is weird. The tank isn't a nuke or an alt, because he's got the leaf just like me, so, or if he is an alt, he does... I don't know how to say it, what I'm trying to say here, but it just feels weird to me that he would be turning down better gear. Especially when he seems to have the defense of a, you know, squishy Twinkie. Might be a higher level. Oh, okay, so he might be like a 30 or so with 30 appropriate gear. What level does your leaf run out at? Is there a level, or is it a time base? Once you completed Stormblood, oh, okay. And 100+ hours? Wow, that's actually a pretty long time to be a leaf. Is that new? Because I think originally it was something like you hit level 20 or whatever and you lost your leaf status. Maybe I'm wrong, but it didn't feel like I had the leaf status for very long way back when I first played. They change it every expansion. Oh, okay. Well, that would explain a couple things. Because when I started, 50 was the only thing you had, so that would be why. And Stormblood wasn't even a twinkle in their eye. Back in my day... I don't know. I can't even think of a story that would fit there. Seems like one thing they haven't changed, though, is that for low levels, it seems like the Marauder is just beast mode for tanking. Although, after giving the Gladiator that AoE attack that they have now, they might be on equal footing. I don't know. There we go. There's your back in my day story. Back in my day, early on, it was the Marauder that you wanted as a main tank and the Paladin as a backup, until they got up to like the high-end, near-end game, and then the roles would switch, where the Paladin became the main tank and then the Marauder was the off-tank. But for the early levels, up until about, I don't know, 35, 40, give or take, if you saw a Paladin being a tank, you were kind of nervous. Yeah, you're sitting there and you're like, oh boy, this might be a little rough. But then at around 35 or 40, Paladins became absolute monsters. Level 30, Sword Oath, okay. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere around there, between 30 and 35. You got the switch where Paladins became the main tanks and the Warriors were the off tank. But with every expansion that they do and every rework they do, I think at this point most tanks are pretty even, but I could be wrong on that. Like I said in my first video ever, the min-maxers would probably know better, but I don't really do the absolute min-maxing, so I'm not 100% sure. Terrible. I didn't even have a limit break on my bar. This looks hairy and scary, but we've got this. Oh, so I'm not wrong. All the tanks are quite closely balanced now. Sword Oath was their DPS stance, and at 40 it was their tank stance. Oh dear. That's kind of funny, actually. Okay. Healer is getting some love. I'll just greet that. Oh, I already have one, so I don't need to. Two-handed. I'll greet it. Oh, I have it, so I'll pass. See, like I said. Wasn't kidding when I said that the last 3 runs people have just been like snubbing all the gear, so I've been picking it all up. I've got like everything now. They're probably the most balanced role in Shadowbringer. Oh, that's cool. Because that's what I thought. It doesn't seem to matter if I played the 3 classes that I did max out. The, what did I say? Warrior. The... Oh no, not 3 tanks. I only did 2 tanks. I got the Warrior and the Gunblade maxed. And for DPS I have a Samurai. But it doesn't seem to matter with the 80 dungeons if I'm playing on my Warrior or my Gunbreaker. They seem equally as tough. I never feel like, oh shoot, I am about to die. Unless you use Hyperbole with a healer that doesn't know what's going on, that can be fun. That's always a blast. I know what you are. What can old Swarscent do for you? I'm calling him Swarly. Hunting down jolly merchant slavers? Ah, well, that explains a few things. I was keeping an eye on the bustle about the dry docks, you see, when I spied an odd trio off in the distance. This rough-looking sod, one of your pirates, I'd wager, was prodding along another bloke and this poor skinny lass. I've seen whipped curs less miserable than the 2 being herded. Last I saw, they were headed south. If you are saying about this slavery business is true, then that jolly merchant's not going to walk his charges all the way to the market. No, he likely has a boat waiting for him. And if I were a slaver headed south, my vessel would be hidden somewhere along the salt strand. That doesn't leave you much time. You said Jackie was on his way, yes? You'd best go on ahead, and I'll point him to the right direction when he gets here. Alright. Best skill. Yeah, Super Bowl is... It's a fun skill. I'll give you that. It's a great way to give your healer who doesn't know about it a good heart attack. Sometimes I'm mean, sometimes I pop it just to give them a heart attack. Although I've had that backfire in my face more times than I can count, so... I guess karma's a real thing and it likes to slap you around for being mean. For the last little while, I try my very best not to need that ability. But even still, I'm not against using it. If I feel like I'm in an emergency and I do need it, I'm definitely popping it. I don't care. But I think the Dark Knight's Salted Earth is a little better, is it not? Or something like Salt of the Earth or Salted Earth, something like that. Makes them like immune for a couple seconds to pretty much everything. Living Dead is eh. Yeah, because the healer has to heal them right up to full hit points immediately after they die, right? Swarley came through for us, eh? Now what do we got here? This one looks a charmer. Sodden move, I told ye. Me peg-leg grandma obbles quicker than you miserable sacks of shite. Or maybe you need another thrashing, is that it? You already forgot what happens when you try me generous patience? I'm sorry, please, no more beatings. We walked as fast as we could, but we need food, water. Then get in the boat and shut your traps. You'll get fed when we reach the other side. The other side? Where are you taking us? Are you challenging me or just plain daft? I told you to keep your bleeding mouth shut. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Levian's scaly arse. She's weeping again. Listen, we're headed to Aleport, all right? That's where me and me shipmates gather to take stock of the merchandise and decide what gets sold where. You see, some buyers want only lads while others looking for lasses. As long as we keep these rich bastards happy, we make more coin than we ever did scrapping with the Empire's war galleys. Not that you care about that, I suppose. What matters to you is that you'll be loaded onto the Jolly Merchantman, sailed off to God's nowhere, and Lims'll be a distant memory. So if I was you, I'd fill that empty belly with one last big gobful of sweet Lanosican sea breeze. Ah ha 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 ha. Yeah, no, I kill him. I'm sore tempted to put a blade twixt his eyes, here and now, but that won't get the job done. No, we'll let him guide us to his mates in Aleport, then we'll mill the whole bloody lot of them. The Jolly Merchants'll get their due, don't you worry about that. They're gone. We'd best hurry to Aleport. Unless you a quicker way, there's a ferry what leaves from Candlekeep Quay. I'll meet ye across the water, lad. I got a much faster way. I'm teleporting. You can walk. I don't feel like walking. You always get healers who heal and not let it pop. I guess I can see why it would be then. If it never pops, it's pretty useless. Maybe that's a good thing, though. If the healers are always healing and keeping me up, I guess it doesn't matter one way or the other. Alright. Hopefully by the time we finish this, the instance will pop again, and we can get to 20. But we'll see. What does Aldfo want? He wants to tell us a clear, strong light is on the quay, and Aldful the sailor is in a mood to yarn. Ahoy, adventurer! My tub sails soon, and I have to have me a little something for the journey. The dusk bats are flying. Think yourself lightsome enough to bring me 5 wings? 4 won't do, and 6 is no good, mind ye. Welcome you are to keep any surefits, so long as you know what to do with them. You bring me the wings. That's not what I wanted, but that's what I wanted. I wanted to speak with Jackie. Razor, the jolly merchant cove still with his captives. Seems they've taken a room under an alias. Hiding their operation in plain sight. Bold as brass, aye. But it's an old slaver's trick. See, even if some call recognizes the merchandise, only a single handler gets boned. The rest of the crew just whistles all innocent-like, while their mate is marched off to cry cockles. And ye can bet they threaten bloody murder for any prisoner who raises a hue and cry. Patience now, Colt. We just wait until we're sure that all these blackguards have arrived. Meanwhile, you'd better sharpen your stabbers. We've got a busy night ahead of us. Yeah, we're going to do this quest. Ready for the job, then? Once the jolly merchants are all here, we'll ambush the sods and set their captives free. Yes, I agree with that. Kill all the slavers. Oh, I have to leave the duty quest to do that. Duty finder, I mean. Alright. Fine, we'll do that. Alright, let's do this. Should have equipped better gear, but... well, whatever. That ought to be long enough. We'll just have to hope there ain't any stragglers. Listen closely now, Colt. The merchants disguised as plain old venturers, and have settled themselves in 3 separate rooms here in Airport. Oh, pardon me. How do we whittle which coves are the merchants? Easy. Take a look at the daddles of that bingo swill and cull over yonder. He's wearing lavender gloves, the exact same type what that nasty sod at the Salt Strand had on. That'll be how they find each other in a crowd. Of course, it's also how I whittled where each of the bastards was staying. Just snilched the hopeless glazes of the company they keep, and ye can be sure you found your mark. So here's the job all laid out for ye. We hit all 3 common rooms, mill the merchants quick and dirty like, and get those captives their bleeding lives back, alright? Oi, the storeroom door's been forced open. Some thieving sod's been at the ale. Well, they can't have gotten far. Better get the lads and do a sweep of the port. Ugh. Was that merchant gulping pilfered ale? You'd think they'd be doing their best not to draw attention to themselves. All things considered, bloody oafs. And now we got a swarm of yellow jackets buzzing about looking for blood. If they spot us wandering around in the dark men's, I have a feeling they'll axe first and ask questions later. It'd be best, then, if these patrols never knew we were here. We'll slip in sneaky as we can into each of the common rooms and use them telltale lavender gloves to identify our marks. There's innocent culls in there as well, mind, so let's try not to stab any as don't deserve it, eh? I'm thinking. We should head out one at a time to better avoid them yellow jackets, so I'll let ye take the lead. After you, Razor. Oh yeah, sure. I'm the new member, and they're gonna make me take the lead. That makes sense. Alright, let's put on some better gear. Put that on. That's level 10, so we'll put this on. Don't have better gloves, so that's okay. Yeah, we can put that on. Put that on. Put that on. We finished the 15, or is this the 15? Well, whatever. We'll, oh yeah, this is the 15, because we're not at 20 yet, so this has to be the 15. Whoa. That was stupid. We want to hide. We don't want to be seen by the yellow jackets. They may not understand. Wait, I just learned a new ability. What does it do? Deliver an attack with a potency of 350, 500 when executed from the target's rear. Increases target's damage taken by 5%. Can only be executed while under the effect of hidden. Okay. I get it. That's your opener. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Make a run for it. Because I'm going to go back into the shadows. You didn't see me. You didn't see me. You saw nothing. Pay no attention to the shadows. Yeah, that's how you do it. Probably would have done even more damage if I had snuck up behind him, but it's all good. I'm free? Yes, you are free. Make a run for it, little one. Run away, little foot. Run away! While I find your other friends. They may not be friends, you never know. I should not assume. Here's a room. Maybe there's someone in here. I see bindings in the corner here. So I'm gonna try and sneak up behind this guy. These are the two that we saw at the other place, and that's probably the same guy that was being all, wahaha, I'm so evil. Die. Oh, thank you, thank you. Let's save this person. I'm free? Yes, make a run for it. That looks like the last of them, and you didn't even need my help. Back into the shadows, lad. Hands off the merchandise. Hey, no one cuts into our profits. Really? You're gonna just keep sending more and more? That's okay. I get to give my stabbers a good workout today. Now I gotta kill you. Nothing personal, but you're a dirty, rotten, thieving slaver. So, yeah, I guess it is personal. Not a bad night's work, eh, Razor? The Maelstrom will be taking care of them poor culls we freed, and I've made sure none of the merchants we down are like to get up again. As for the Jolly Merchantman, well, her crew can expect a visit from the Admiral's finest galleys, and it won't be for tea and crumpets on the poop deck. Right, me natty lad. Our part in this is done. Time to head back to the sisters. Excuse me, are you the ones who freed us? Aye. Was there something else we could do for you, miss? The Maelstrom swaddles take ye home, if that's what you're worried about. Oh, no. I know. I just wanted to thank you. If I may, there was one other thing I wish to tell you. Moments before you rescued me, that dreadful pirate was muttering into his cups. 'Twas something about another raiding party that hadn't made it back yet. I beg your pardon? It seems they've been hunting for slaves in western Lanasica, and being so close to Aleport, our captor assumed that they were out rounding up chattel until last bell. I just couldn't bear the thought of anyone else suffering as I have. Please, is there naught you can do? There certainly is, miss. You just get yourself home safe and leave this stray pack of jackals to us. I will pray for your success. Thank you again. Heh, so much for savoring a victory pint. I'll send word of this development to Underfoot and the Stray. We've some well-earned trade for the last of these jolly merchants. By the by, how's your throwing arm, Razor? I think it's time I learned you to fling a proper blade. When you're out in the wide-open roughmans, ye often find the need to sting a cove from a distance. And I'm sure a canny lad like yourself will figure out all sorts of uses for a well-thrown dagger. Just keep it in mind for when we hunt down the rest of them slavers. Yes, finally we get the thrown attack. I can definitely think of uses for that. Okay. Jackie is determined to track down the remnants of the Jolly Merchants. Those last few Jolly Merchant bastards must be camped out somewhere in western Lanasica. Now, if I was a black-blooded, gill-grubbing slaver, where would I be hiding? There's naught to the west but the Sahagan pools. Even those bollocks for brains pirates know better than to trespass on fishback territory. And they won't want to chance running into patrols near Aleport, so that just leaves us east. The flock? Aye, they'll likely be nestled down in the ruins out amongst the dodos. That's where we'll try to pick up their trail. You head on over and snilch the place while I send word to the sisters and the Maelstrom. Okay, cool. Well, we have the throw ability, which is amazing. So, I'm actually going to open up the HUD. And I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to just activate bar 3. I'm going to put the dagger up here. Perfect. Now we're going to search the flock for signs of the Jolly Merchants. Why do we have a symbol over the dusk bat? I'm going to kill it and find out. Oh, right. We're after their wings. We need 5 of them. I'd actually forgotten about that. Silly me. Whatever. That's 2. This will be number 3. Then when we turn that in, and our rank 15 quest, that should get us to 19. Which means we're almost there. There's Dark Helmet. Attack! Attack! No. You would one-shot me. That's a level 50 hunting bounty. He would stomp on my head and I'd be the end of that. Okay, we're gonna kill him. Done. Gonna kill this bat. Let's go. Done. One more bat wing and then we can do our quest for level 15. Then we have the level 20 to go. First we have to actually, hit level 20. That'll help. We're just going to ignore this pelican. We're just going to keep running. He'll stop chasing us eventually, or we'll turn around and start bashing him. We have to get all the way to the flock now. Keep thinking I must have better... Well, there we go. Do have better gloves. That means I must have... There it is. Kind of like that look. We're going to go with it. Alright, let's get to finishing this one quest so that we can pop one more dungeon. That'll get us to 20. Probably a little over 20, actually. Let's take out Gluttonous Gertrude. Because she's in the way of our quest. Get in behind and do all our stabbies. Get millions of the stabs. There we go. I hope no one interferes with this. It'd be terrible if somebody actually hits one of these guys while I'm trying to sneak around. Rogue's already starting to get pretty strong. Felt like a bit of a slow start, but it's not bad. That didn't feel very realistic. Chuck a dagger hit the guy, and his friend standing right beside him is like, meh, it's all good. I'm just gonna ignore it. And it was even the tank character. What a coward. Either that or this group of pirates really truly is just all about themselves. They don't even care about their friends. Pray help our child. Open your eyes, son, please. Slave to the code. We're gonna do this. We gotta save all of the slaves. That's not nice. Thank you for freeing us. We've been tied up here since those awful pirates snatched us from our beds. Those are some interesting looking dodos you got there, Razor. No sign of the merchants, though, eh? Their leader mentioned heading over to Aleport. He said something about there being no signal, and that was a signal that something was wrong. They just left us hobbled here like lambs for the market. One of them jabed about keeping the meat unsullied in case there was trouble. Pray let us flee from this place before they return. And who are you to just sidle in and set loose our hard-won prizes, 'Twas the damnedest thing. We had half a crew lodging in Aleport, and not a one of 'em survived the night. Done in by a couple of sneaky curs who favor the short blades, they say. I'm supposing that was you two. Seems you've a bone to pick with our choice o' trade. Aye, I can't say as I've much use for slavers, except as a place to bury me knives. Oh, and I wouldn't bother yourself with waiting on your ship to come back, neither. The jolly merchants are done for. You might have the right of it, lad. But then you wouldn't know the kind of coin 3 wealthy slaves like them ones'll bring us. I'll have a new ship and a new crew afore a single moon is past. You hear that, chattel? You're each worth a shinin' bloody fortune, and you've me to thank for helping you learn your true worth. Ignore the bleedin' sod. In fact, why don't you step back a ways? These coves are about to learn the consequences of breaking the code, and the discussion is like to get messy. Did you not think we'd come for ye? You can try to stifle your victim's screams in the darkments, but the shadows are always listening. There we go. Now we finally get to put an end to these slavers. Yeah, you think we're worth a bit on the block? Cool. I'm taking you out. You're probably their healer. If not, you're definitely a caster of some kind, so you need to die. Dragoons can do a lot of damage, so I'm going to take out the Lancer. That's a lot of freaking dodos. Man, I should have been hitting them right away. They do a fair bit of damage, but they have no hit points. Okay, let's go after Jolly Merchant Loadsman. Oh geez, this is getting a little hairy. I gotta remember these things shouldn't have much of a hit point cap, so we can kill them pretty quickly if we focus on them. Okay, we're doing alright. The captain is dead, which is good. That's essentially what we were after. Now we just have to finish this. We won. We are awesome. Thank you. I shudder to think what horrid fate awaited us had you not helped us to escape. I knew someone would come. You're just like the heroes in the stories. They always arrive at the perfect time and triumph over the villains. Do you think I could be a hero like you? I know I could be brave and strong too. I just know it. You don't want to be like me, lad. Listen now. Me and those coves there, we're the ones what the scary folk are afraid of. And that's 'cause we keep the rules for the world they live in. We don't much care if you shirk your chores or get into fights. But if you ever break the code and betray your mates, then that's when we'll come after ye, no matter how far ye run or how well ye hide. Oh! Live your life like the hero you want to be, though, and you'll never need worry about that. Aye, you two stubble it and all. Here come the yellow jackets. I assume you are the citizens who were abducted by the Jolly Merchants. I am Captain Milala of the Yellow Jackets. Maelstrom Command has entrusted me with conducting you to safety. It's all right, lad. These folks will take care of ye. Go on. You'd best not get left behind. Was there aught else, Captain? Word on a new job? A job? From me? For you? How patently absurd! Why, I'd rather hire a sewer rat to mind my larder. Was it during one of your jobs that you turned Aleport into a slaughterhouse? What dark age is it that we must employ assassins to enforce the law? It is this continued dalliance with underworld miscreants such as you that prevents Limsa Lominsa from ever fully expunging the stain of piratical infection. Look at these weapons, you bear. A civilized person uses such implements to carve meat or peel fruit, and leaves them at a table where they belong. Do you perhaps clench them twixt your teeth as you swing over rails like the pirates you hunt? Or our fair city has no place for those who refuse to abandon the brutish ways of the past. The only champions of justice this nation requires are the valiant and forthright soldiers of the Yellow Jackets. Jackie, what the bloody hell does this call want with us? I've not the foggiest idea, love. Just smile and nod. I've not come here to be patronized. I've come to put a decisive end to piracy in all its forms. Consider this visit a gauntlet thrown at the collective feet of the Rogues Guild. Heed well my words. Just before dawn this very morn, a maelstrom vessel stocked with provisions was boarded and looted by pirates. Much of the cargo was stolen, and that is vexing indeed, but it is the theft of 3 items in particular, 3 unique treasures of nigh incalculable worth, that most distresses my martial colleagues. As for the brigands, they made well their escape, disappearing into the dawn's mist along with their precious plunder. A rum tale? So what's it to do with us? I challenge you, a contest to reclaim these stolen treasures. Should my Yellow Jackets and I succeed in retrieving the greater share, I shall formally propose the abolition of the Rogues Guild. Upon review of our achievements, the Admiral will surely concede that your unscrupulous institution has outlived its usefulness. Ah, blow it out your waddle. I've better ways to spend me time. Oh, do you now? This institute constitutes a theft against the nation of Limsa Lominsa. Does that not violate your beloved code? If I'm not mistaken, you've no choice but to rise to the occasion. Unless, of course, you mean to slink back to your hole and abandon the fundamental precepts of your duty. All right, you screeching shrew. You've made your bloody point, and you'll be sorry that you did, I promise you that. Your paltry promises amount to naught in the face of my conviction. I shall not rest until Limsa Lominsa is free of every last buccaneer, scoundrel, and shadow-dwelling ne'er-do-well. What now, Jackie? For right now, we head back to the sisters. Sounds good to me. Alright, so now we've got to go back to the guild. No, we can just return. It's been long enough. This will get us to 19 in a bit. So this next run will be the end of the stream for today. It was a much longer stream than I was planning on, but it is what it is, so they say. But we will have reached our goal, which is the important part. So we'll go to the Fisherman's Guild. We'll turn this in. Then we'll do one more instance, I think. And then we'll be done. Well, actually, we'll do the 20 job quest while we're at it. Might as well. Nothing wrong with making sure we get everything done proper. For a wee lass, that Miala got some bollocks, and it seems she's well done with whiffs o' pirate stock. I don't take kindly to calls pulling me strings, but the shrew is right. The code's been broken, and we've a job to do. From the sounds of it, though, them coves knew what they were about when they cloyed them treasures. I'll need ye at your best. It's time you learned the art o' muggin'. Rough up a cull in just the right way, and he'll give up more than what he'd get if you'd just plain knocked him on his arse. Me and the lads'll be busy whittling the story on them bitten baubles, so you're free to head out and sharpen your skill. Might even be as you'll pocket some extra blunt while you're at it, eh? Okay, how does Mug work? Delivers an attack with a potency of 150. Additional effect. Increases the chance of additional items being dropped by target if Mug is dealt before or as the finishing blow. Okay. I kind of like this hat better. We have good gear for everything else, so we'll take the hat. That's a quest complete, and I'm pretty sure that's a level up as well. It was not. Crazy. Okay, well, let's get another Satasha run in. While we're waiting for the pop, we will switch to our rank 20 weapon. Throw this away. We will put on the new hat because it looks better. Actually, with this type of character, you can't wear many of the hats. I think that's the same with the bunny characters too. But it's okay. Oh, we can also turn in the dust bat wings. Wish I would have remembered to do that while I was in Aleport. It's not a big deal, it just cost us money, and the quest gives us money, so we actually lose money. But it's alright, because this will definitely get us to 19. And then that last run is going to get us to 20, so... we just gotta wait for that last pop to go. There's Old Foe. I'm calling him Old Foe. Old Foe from now on. Ahoy there! Keep your voice down. Nobody's business but ours, innit? You got what I asked for? Let's give him the bat wings. Them's the ones. That's a pretty a job as I've seen. Know your way around a battle, eh? Well, that's just fine. Thank ye. Why? We sailors can be a suspicious lot, you know. Some of the crew might look at me odd-like for carrying bat parts. When the wind's done died and the water casks are dry, it's odd one day, overboard the next. What? No superstition about that? The Dusker's been my luck since I was a boy. Survived more than 2 weeks once on 3 bats I caught, trapped at the top of my abandoned watchtower. Even ate a wing off one afore I made up my mind to climb down the wall. This journey will be sailing past the Isles of Umbra, and I can feel the sea honing those reefs. The lights at Pharaoh Cirrus burn dim since the calamity, and I've always found a mite too much like the old watchtower for comfort. I ain't been that a frightened boy for a long time. Ill-used, starved, and more'n half mad, inching down the sandstone wall on handholds no bigger than a fingertip. But I'll have me 5 bat wings on every journey, just the same as that boy had. Well, okay. That makes sense. And honestly, it doesn't matter to us why you want them. We'll take your money, though. He has another quest for us. Do we want to do it? Yeah, it gives us more money. How much, though? About 300 gil. The bashful air ill suits a Rogaden, but old foe has it none the less, wearing the sheepishness like an incommodious singlet. Ahoy, Razor! I clean slipped my mind the last time, but I have another thing to ask of ye. My bearings are lively on the water, but on land, well, I'm what you landlubbers call at sea. Got a letter that needs delivering, and you're the man for it. I went ashore on some rock on the voyage in, and a faded petticoat comes up to me, says she's got a daughter in Camp Skull Valley, what she hadn't seen in years, had tears in her eyes, pretty eyes too for a woman past her child in years. She must have been a real beauty in her day. Always had a soft spot for tawny eyes, mayhap because the sea is a green-eyed virago and the sky's her sisters. Have eyes blue and red, gray and black? Well, this daughter of her goes by Wiltser. You'll take the letter to her? Sure. Got some strange names in this game. Pretty hard to pronounce. I should look up and see if there's a Final Fantasy XIV dictionary which will help you pronounce things better. Because I always feel like I'm getting in a tongue twister trying to pronounce these names. It feels mildly embarrassing, but yeah. Again, I'll just say it is what it is. Alright. Can't take a little embarrassment, then you shouldn't be playing a game online, streaming it for people to see you. But speaking of streams, I'm going to be trying to figure out my issues on why I don't see any of the alerts in chat, or even on my OBS. I gotta figure that out first. Alright, there's Wiltswith, whatever. Greetings, adventurer. They said you were looking for me? A sealed missive addressed to Maelstrom Sergeant Wiltswith. A letter from Mama? I haven't heard from her in so long. She never answered my letters. No, stay, for I'll have a reply to send. What the? Oh, the stone-hearted, grasping hag. Wouldn't let me take so much as a hunk of dried fish when I left the island, and now she wants Gil? That succubus. You think me cold? Well, fie on what you think. I wanted something better than tilling salty fields and spilling small fry out of the nets, and occasionally taking a passing sailor into my bed for more of the same. She'll receive no reply from me. Thank you for your service, and good day to you. Well, okay. That was a little colder of a response, but sure. It's a cool and collected sergeant who seeks an obliger today, rather than the heart-sore fire-eater of the other day. Weapons and armor in order, saltpeter in order, basic provisions all in order, poisons? Oh, this vial's near gone. Adventurer, Razor was it? Mayhap we can let bygones be bygones. You are skilled in wrangling beasts, I hear, and I have need of pelican poison. The poison can be readily gathered from pelicans in the area, but I must continue my duties here. Are you so minded to undertake the task? Yeah, we'll do that for you. Even if you did basically yell at us and scream at us for giving a letter that we had no control over. It's fine. We'll forgive you. Oh, we only need 3 poisons. Well, that's good. Gathering 3 poisons is easy. Oh wow, Mug has a long cooldown. That's okay. That's 2. 1 more Pelican, and then we can turn that in. We're just basically wasting time until our queue pops. But it's not a total waste of time, because we do want to eventually do every single side quest as well, so... Every quest we do now saves us time later. Done. Now let's go give the poison to the harpy. The sergeant. She might as well be a harpy. She was screaming at us like one. Sergeant Wilt. That's what I'm calling her. I welcome your return, adventurer. Have you what I asked for? Yes, let's give you your pelican poisons. Ah, I see you were not stinting in filling the vials. The last adventurer returned with each barely half full, and had the cheek to demand full payment. I have had a low opinion of adventurers since, but... You know of our past with the kobolds, but they are not the foe we fight today. Nay, all our guns are trained on the fishbacks. Such a wee thing, this vial, but this too is a gun, so susceptible the Sahagins are to pelican poison, that even the rawest recruit may, with a poison-tipped arrow, find herself a fisher of beastmen. There was a settlement here once, near Halfstone. Then the primal Leviathan rose, and the Sahagin invaded. Work of generations was undone in a season, and whole families perished. I never knew the Halfstone settlement, but I believe it to be a home worth fighting for. And so we fight, with steel, fire, and even poison, to reclaim that which is ours. Yeah, it makes sense. And she has another quest. This one gives us money. Quite thawed towards you after a wintry start, Wiltz is practically humming as she devises a new task for you to undertake. Camp Skull Valley was built to hold against attacks from the sea. To the north and south lie narrow channels, with a tide gate each to hold the Sahagin at bay. Will you deliver a bottle of lowland wine to the captains of North and South Tide Gate? Call it a small privilege of the quartermaster. Please take the first bottle to Captain Stollart of South Tide Gate. Alright, well, let's take this. We'll do this bait while we're here. No, actually... Well, okay, they want to start the fight, so let's do this. Gotta get this done. Oh, there's our duty. Let's commence that. This will definitely get us where we need to be, so that's excellent. We'll skip this again. We don't need to see it. And we're just gonna finish this. That'll get us to 20, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And then we'll do the 20 job quest, and then we are done for the day. 100% done. Then tomorrow, we're going to start the Arcanist and get the Arcanist to level 20. I think it'll be a quicker... I think I'll be able to stay on schedule tomorrow because the Arcanist is the only one we need to get to 20 tomorrow for my goal. Because I think I'm going to go tomorrow as the Arcanist, and then we might start the Warrior, but the Warrior we're not going to strive really hard to get to 20. If we get the Arcanist to 20 really early, then we'll just switch to the Marauder for the rest of the time. Oh, finally! It's blue. That's the first time that it was something other than red. Somebody just gained a level. So it is still random. I just got crazy weird luck that it was red. Or it's still random, I mean, not red. But it's still random. I just got crazy luck that it was red every time. I guess it's not really luck, just crazy statistic. Because the color doesn't matter at all for the run. It doesn't make it faster or slower or anything like that. So it literally is just to push the right button. That's it. The only way you can make the run longer is by pushing the wrong button. Forget what happens. I think you get attacked and then you have to beat the thing and then you can try another button. So worst case scenario, you'd have to fight off 2 attacks. Alright, let's go. Come on, Tanky. Come on, Rose. Kill faster. No, you're doing fine. Okay, we do actually have somebody in here that does have AoE attacks. So they should be doing AoEs. Wish I had AoEs. But so far I seem to have a lot of single target attacks, but not too many in the AoE department. That seems to be the way of many MMOs, though. A lot of them, the rogues are like single target masters of destruction, but when it comes to AoE builds, they're not nearly as good. That person using a shield, so they're the gladiator. Okay. Doing fine, actually. So yeah, you definitely see that they've really balanced them all out. Okay, that thing is dead. We're almost through this. Of course, you're gonna go invulnerable just as I get in there to hit you. Okay, we're gonna hit you. Done. Alright. Rose is going this way, that's fine. Use your AoE. Use your AoE. There we go. AoE like a boss. There we go. Crush you. Crush you. Okay, we want to go to the blue coral formation and touch the button. Press it. Yes. There we go. Get the boss out. That ain't good. We both used our stun at the same time. Guess it doesn't really matter. This thing is so fast with its ability that it wouldn't have made too big of a difference. There's 2 loots. Anything I can use? Well, no, there isn't actually. I can just pass. Well, actually, I'll read that. If I get it, cool. If I don't get it, cool. Oh yeah, we're almost there. We're almost at 20. Good news is, once we get everybody to 20, leveling is going to become so much faster because we can just spam instances. Which we will be doing. Alright, let's beat this thing. It's nice that we're almost through. That's a skirt, but it's pants. We've got level 17 pants, so that's fine. We're almost at the end now, so that's good. Limit Break is ready to go. We're gonna save that for the final boss. There we go. Boom! Level 20, folks. Now we can get that next quest, and we are done. Okay, that guy's down. Drop the captain's quartermaster key, so we gotta pick that up. There's the captain's quarters. Get through here. Okay, we're gonna kill this guy. Done. Open up. Now we have to beat up the captain. Pick up the key. There we go. Last big push. I could be wrong, but I don't think our tank actually has their tank stance up. That's weird. Kind of explains why they have some running around to do after hitting the enemy with their AoEs. Okay, let's keep going. There come the scurvy dogs. Go, one more scurvy dog. And then we can go after Captain. Perfect. Let us go. Big push, and then we're there. I guess it doesn't have to be a big push. It depends on the route the tank takes. If they're smart and careful, you can get through minimal attacking. But if you have any concerns about any of the people in the party, it's probably best to just pick up anything that you think might be a threat. When I'm tanking, I tend to pull anything from the that's close to the sides. Okay, let's go. We are almost done. Now we're actually going to hit 21 by the time we're done this and our story quest. That's fine. Wonder what our 25 story quest is going to be. Bet you our 20 is going to be looking for those stolen items. Okay. Now we have to worry about these ripples. Well, yeah, I think we'll worry about those ripples. Yeah, the tank has tank stance up now, so I guess we don't have to worry too much. There we go. We're ready, Rose. Let's go. Close enough. We can finish it from here. Done. Player commendation. Give to the healer. We passed on everything because of vitality. Oh, that's a. Let's go. Man, I don't care enough. Not waiting around. They can have the loot. That's fine. Okay, let's head back to town. We'll get our quest nice and quick. Hopefully we can do the quest in the next, say, half hour maximum. Because we're getting really close to an 8-hour day for a stream. That's kind of crazy, but what's done is done. Go to the Ethernet. We'll go to the Fisherman's Guild. Now we'll go talk to Jackie again. And then we will be done for the day. You looking to head inside? Yes, I am. Let me in. Okay, Jackie. Jackie appears eager to hunt down the Maelstrom's stolen treasures. Been practicing your dance steps, Razor? Because we're about ready to run rings around Captain Milala in her swads. The Yellow Jackets have been pressing their investigations into the treasures, what was cloyed from that Maelstrom tub. But, as ye know, we've got our own network of coves, what don't miss naught of the goings-on about town. As for the sharp end of the job, it'll be you, me, Underfoot, and the Stray. Let's get down to business, eh? Kevy's late to the feast, so I'll just make sure we're all on the same page for the now. When you get down to it, we have two goals for this job. Bite back them 3 treasures, and mill the coves that cloyed 'em in the first place. You can be sure that the Yellow Jacket shrew will be doing her damnedest to beat us to the marks, and seeing as the fate of the guild is at stake, we'd best not drag our do-beaters on this one. I say we grapple them baubles afore she even lifted anchor, and give her a proper reason to rage against us rogues. You seem awful keen on this contest all of a sudden, Jackie. Aye, well here's the thing. I sent me a grievance to the Lassacracy regarding the shrew's challenge, but them paper shufflers don't care a whit as long as one of us gets the job done. So I figured I'd sail with the wind rather than against it. Besides, we wouldn't want to shirk our duties and force poor Captain Malala to blunder about in the scary Darkmans, now would we? How very gentlemanly of ye. Well, them's the cards what we've been dealt, ain't they? Now stow your quilps, and let's hear what you've learned about them bloody treasures already. Aye, the treasures. According to the manifests of the Maelstrom vessel, we're looking to bite back the Corellian Star, the Silver Sorrows, and something called the Black Sarcophagus. Aside from the fancy names, I was able to whittle a few more details. The Corellian Star, for starters, is a big old blue diamond, what shines like, well, like a star, I suppose. Then we got the Silver Sorrows, a pair of earrings that once graced the wattles of a Sultana of Ulda. There's a tale there, but one that don't concern us at present. Lastly, this Black Sarcophagus thing. I'm afraid that one remained a mystery, no matter how much I poked and prodded. In any case, all 3 of these trinkets was recorded as spoils from official privateering raids. Now, as you know, a pirate'll usually sell his plunder through a reliable fence. Sometimes, though, holding an auction is the only way to offload goods that is too extravagant or just too bleedin' rare for the average cull to deal in. Our 3 wondrous treasures fell into the auction-only category. When the bleedin' began in Aleport, the Lassacracy weighed in with its ample purse, made some unmatchable offers, then organized a tub for the merchandise to be shipped back to Limsa. And that's where our marks swooped in and picked their transport clean. I've had a few wids with them Maelstrom sailors that survived the attack, and they pointed the finger at the grinning curs. Problem is, not one cull's been seen hide or hair of the curs, not to mention their bloody ship since the raid. Sorry I'm late, Jackie, but you'll want to hear this. Some of the cargo, what was cloyed from the transport, was just found during a routine inspection at the Lathragan checkpoint. Lathragan? Have the curse made landfall then? And what are the treasures? Any mention of them? Not that I've heard, but the jackets ain't done shaking all the boxes yet. Then we'd better get our eyes out there, quick like. Razor, Underfoot, you're fresh for a run, ain't ye? Come on, Colt. I'll race you to the checkpoint. Okay, let's go to this checkpoint. Where's the closest teleporter? Actually, it's probably here in town. And that is in Middle Lanasica. That's what I was looking for. So let's escape here. And we'll go to middle of Nausicaa. Okay, let's go, let's go. Don't know why I even tried running. It's not like I'm actually going to beat the guy there. No matter how fast you run or whatever you do, he'll get there first. I'm getting really excited. Tomorrow we're going to be working on the Arcanist, and I'm really excited about that. I love the carbuncle. Okay, Underfoot, what have you learned from hiding here? I won our race. You owe me a pint, Razor. Japes aside, though, it looks like Kebby was right about the cargo. From what I've been able to catch from them swads at the gate, it seems a peddler was boned for carrying goods what was known to be aboard that transport. They carted the poor sod away in chains, but the cargo itself is still here. I saw a pair of jackets carrying boxes up that wooden ramp. We need to know what's in them crates. I get the feeling they won't open their gans for the asking, though. Not while there's this fool challenge is going on. Do you think you could skulk over there and see if they found them treasures yet? Yes. Well, we're gonna hide. We're gonna sneak up on these guys and hear what they have to say. I don't intend to be spotted. I think that would fail my test. Is this where I have to be? No. Well, I guess I have to be behind. Oh yeah, there's some jackets right there. Let me try to get up there. How the heck do you get up there? Maybe I can run around or jump down from here? Maybe I can jump over? Nope. Oh, jeez. Derp. And winner for the least observant rogue in the game, me. Okay, let's go up here. There we go. The Yellow Jacket soldiers are inspecting the seized cargo. Approach them while cloaked by your hide ability and attempt to listen in on their progress. That won't be a problem now. The Yellow Jackets are discussing the contents of the crates. This is all junk. No diamond, no earrings, and no bloody black sarcophagus. Looks like we'll have to lean on hard on that skinny peddler if we're to find them treasures. The sergeant says the merchant's still pleading ignorance. Claims he was hired to carry the goods through the checkpoint and not else. What a pile of puggle shite. I'm guessing the pirates split the cargo and are trying their luck at every checkpoint. Captain Milala's already given orders to double the guard and inspect every cart and wagon what comes through. Okay, so now I go back and talk to our little thief guy. That was an interesting fall. I don't need to be hidden for that, so let's just run. So they found naught of value, eh? Ben, thought we'd lost the contest before we even properly started. But be that as it may, something don't add up here. Why would ye order a cull to carry the goods through the checkpoint? No smuggler is that daft, surely. And even if by some miracle of the gods ye squirmed through Lethargaran without raising a fuss, why would you risk taking merchandise back to the city what you cloyed it from? No, there's a bigger picture here, and we need to take a step back to see it. Assuming the Curs hired the peddler to do their dirty work, there'll be someone in the shadows as brokered the deal, and I just happen to know a cove that makes it his business to oversee these kinds of shady arrangements. The thing is, the black marketeer bloke charges his haunts dependent on how the breeze blows, quite literally, in fact. I seem to recall the navigator's field being shifted by a westernly this morning, so that put him... the Tiller's Rest. Nice and close. Why don't we go ask him a few questions before we head back to the guild? How convenient. Right now I like convenient, though. Oh, yeah, it is pretty close. Let's go talk to our friend. How far away is he? Oh, Tiller's Rest, way up there. For some reason I thought I was a lot closer than that. Well, whatever. He's not terribly far anyway. We're going to run for it for the last little while. Just have to cross the bridge, and there it is. So, oh yeah, it's right here. So we can actually turn now. And we'll talk to the black marketeer. I pride myself on my memory for faces, but yours is unknown to me. Are you an earnest customer or an inquisitive annoyance? I must be sure of your intentions. Little buggers. Although, what did we expect? There would be a little bit of combat. We haven't seen our little glowy circle telling us that we've reached our main quest fight. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now he'll talk to us. Gah ha 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 ha! The dance is old, but the name is new. Put away your daggers, rogue. I've peddled my wares to your kind since the upright thieves stalked the night. Speak, what would you have of this humble merchant? Still tormenting the colts, eh, Grandad? We've come for information on a smuggling job. There was this peddler, what was caught at the Lathargran checkpoint, moving merchandise for the Grin Curs. Pleaded innocent, even when he had the screws put to him. You wouldn't know aught about that deal, would ye? Every last sword deal, not a single grain of stolen sand passes through the shadows without my knowledge. But such a prickly wisdom lodges tightly in one's throat. What have you brought to ease the pain of its passage? Spare me the theatrics, Grandad. Here's your usual purse. The sum is paid, the deal is made. May my answers sate your fickle hunger. Your hapless peddler was indeed innocent. He was but a beast of burden employed by associates of the grinning curs, and likely knew naught of his freight's tainted nature. A pawn, if you will, a convenient decoy. There are those amongst my acquaintances who specialize in providing such services. Ah, that's what I thought. The curs wanted the cull to get caught, and now the jackets have had a taste, They'll waste their time yaffling every shit pie that comes through their checkpoints. Meanwhile, the real treasure are hidden away in the Darkmans, along with the grinning curs. Not the Darkmans, Master Rogue, the Mist. Aside from the traveling merchant, the Cur's associates have spent coin on another piece for this little game. A navigator, one who's practiced in piloting a vessel through the Doxy's pull. The Doxies? The gods only know how many ships have sailed into that fog soup and never come out again. And that's where you say the Curs have gone to ground? Now there's a trick what took some bollocks. Once their hunted tub was sitting dimmer in the mist, though, it would have been easy to have these associates of theirs ferry the junk goods to La Nausicaa. Then the canny coves just needed to wait for the peddler to get boned and draw the glazes of the yellow jackets inland. We need to strike now. As soon as they learn the coast is clear, they'll flee for open waters. A fair appraisal of events. Now that you know the location of your marks, however, it will not be so difficult to track them down. The Doxy's Pull was once an impenetrable shroud, but ever since the calamity, the mists are far less constant. Narrow your search to the heaviest banks, and you will soon uncover those who wish to remain unseen. But now a warning. The mists conceal other dangers besides the dogs you seek. A careless step may land you upon the chopping block. The chopping block? You can't mean... Seems I found myself another lead to look into. You hurry on back to Jack and tell him what we've learned so far. Okay, there's no way this is the end of that quest. That so far is too easy. We didn't have any major fight. We had two little things that barely counted as a fight. No, it can't be done now. Alright, back to the Thieves Guild. Aethernet, Fisherman's Guild. Okay. So now we are going to the wrong destination, of course. My brain's getting tired. But it's okay. It's not that bad. I can still function. That's all that matters. Gatekeep. You looking to head inside? Yes, let me in. Let's talk to him. About time, lad. He was gone so long I almost sent the stray after ye. What happened to Underfoot? So, our marks and their bitten baubles are snug inside the Doxy's Pull, eh? I'll not discount the old man's warning, but we may not have a benar chance to crash the curs and gabble them treasures. We board their ship right now. You, me, and Kebby. Suppose we'll be needing ourselves a tub for the voyage. I'll have wits with Swarley and see what the dry docks can spare us by way of a ship and a reliable crew. Get your kit together and meet us there. Sounds good. Well, let's go to the dry docks. And we want to go this way. We want to talk to Grinners in the Mist. There we go. Oh, there's our light source, so this will be our final fight. Alright, Razor, I've pulled in some favors, and there's a crew that'll get us close enough to scamper aboard the Kerr's vessel. It'll be cramped up on deck. We try to mill the whole lot at once, we'll soon find ourselves up against the rails. So we need to go in quick and quiet and try to knock them off a few at a time. Well, Colt, are you eager to test your sea legs? Yes, let's do this. Okay. Duty commenced. Right, no one's seen us so far. Let's get to work. I'll sink me stabbers and the captain. Those two back are yours. Follow me, Razor. Grin Kerr Captain. Well, we're doing pretty good against him if we're already at the Grin Kerr Captain. This thing's pretty tough, though. At least Kebe is there to protect us. Her heals are pretty good. Oh wow, the Growler is pretty tough too. This is not good. Hopefully Kebe can keep Jack going. I'm gonna worry about the dog. I'll kill Doggo, hopefully. Looks like Kebe's doing surprisingly well though, in keeping us alive, so that's pretty awesome. Growler's almost dead, so hopefully Jackie is doing alright over there. Find out in a second. Done. Yeah, Jackie's fine. We got me and Kebe working on it, so we're good. Easy. Easy mode, I tell you. Jackie, I found me one of them treasures. Unless there's another fist-sized blue diamond on board, it's gotta be the Carillion Star. As for them other two baubles, I've tossed the cabins and been through the hold, ilm by ilm, but there's naught else here. Well, we'll just have to ask all Sweetlight, won't we? Spit it out, Kerr. Where are you keeping the rest of your treasures? Ha! You think I'd spill me guts for the likes of you, Rogue? Maybe you wouldn't at that. But what about this partner you're working with? Ouchie! We don't need no partner. So, you're telling me this was all your own idea? You woke up one day and decided you'd attack a maelstrom transport right off the coast of Aleport, then disappear into the loving embrace of the Doxy's Pull. Not exactly your style, is it? The Grinning Curs are too bleeding famous for being the crew what turned their snouts up at privateering in favor of keeping to the old ways. You've only escaped the Yellow Jackets' grip this long by crawling on your bellies and scratching scraps what fell from the table. You ain't the type to sink your teeth into a Navy-owned vessel, no matter the price. Aye, well, maybe there ain't no profit in being cautious no more. The age of pirates is swift comin' to an end. Merriweb won't be stopped, not by a piddlin' little crew like mine. That's why we've thrown our lot in with the executioners. That blue rock was just our share of the loot, the scraps from the table, like you said. If you want them other trinkets, then you'll have to take it up with our new mates. One job at a time, lad. First we need to get these stinkin' coves and their tub back to the docks. Okay, let's talk to Jackie. Putting aside the issue of who gave the orders, there's no doubt that these was the coves as raided the Maelstrom ship. Now for a punishment, what fits the crime. I was informed that a certain well-known pirate ship was spotted weighing anchor at the Morebury dry docks. I assume that this was your work. Aye, you missed all the excitement, Captain, but never ye mind. The Carillion star's back and bobbing our sneaky little fambles. And these must be the grinning curs. Degenerate fiends, how dare you ply your filthy trade in Lominsan waters? How many innocent sailors were massacred that you might sate your vile avarice? Every one of your kind ought to be lined up and shot. A musket ball is the only answer for this rampant display of lawlessness. Wait. Do you mean to just execute him here on the bloody docks? At least take the buggers into custody first. Handing him over to you for lawful punishment will satisfy the demands of the code just as well. We've already got the answers to our questions, so feel free to take him away. Do not presume to give me orders, rogue. You only managed to capture these villains and their ill-gotten treasure by employing unsavory and unconscionable means. Why, you've not more than pirates yourselves. These bastards ain't worth a true pirate's spit. The upright thieves was formed to protect us from ourselves. Now they're just hunting dogs for the Admiral. Merriweb yanks the leash and another buccaneer disappears. You rogues are traitors to your own kind. If it hadn't been for you... Aye, go on then. Blame me and me coves for your own failures. You knew what you was about when you defied the code. You knew that we'd be after you. We're done here. There are still 2 treasures left, rogue, and I mean to claim them both. I'd reconsider this contest of yours, Captain. Turns out this fish we're trying to hook is a shark, and it might just swallow ye whole. Speak with Jack back at the Rogues Guild. Okay, well, we have to teleport. Because we were just so awesome, we finished that a little too quick. That's okay. That just means we're using our abilities correctly. And I didn't get lost too many times. Okay, let's go to the Fisherman's Guild, and then to our guild. And turn around. I'm not going to run. I don't need to run this little distance. Not that that would make a huge difference. Okay. You looking to head inside? Yes, I am. Okay. Let's check in. Being work on that ship, Razor. First blood is ours. How do you take to fight in a sea? There are few as can drop an opponent as quick as a rogue, but mind you don't exhaust yourself just flailing your blade at the tougher coves. And that goes double for when you mates on your flanks. If you notice yourself starting to flag, there's not wrong with pulling back from time to time and staggering your attacks with each other to keep the pressure on. I've said it before, Colt, but I'll need you sharp enough to carve steel for what's to come. I'm afraid this'll be more of a challenge than even what that little shrew was bargaining for. That's assuming the curs wasn't lying about the executioners. And the executioners are who I bloody think they are. Twixt you and me, though, I'm hoping the name is just some laughable coincidence. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a laughable coincidence. Just saying. We are done. That is excellent work. We'll throw that out. We don't need it. We're going to put on our level 20 headpiece. We're going to update our gear list. Said update. We don't need to close it or open it. There we go. And that is a wrap for today. Tomorrow, we're going to start on the Arcanist and get the Arcanist to level 20. So, hopefully you had fun. We did some instances. Tomorrow will be another day full of hunting logs and instances. So, please feel free to join me. And until then, take care and have fun. Thanks again for watching. Bye now.